What is up, guys, and welcome back to another G35 video. In this video we're going to be installing two things on the G35. We're going to be installing the lower control arm bushings, which are shot, and also I'm going to be installing new ball joints. These are the lower control arm bushings that we're going to be using. They're by Whiteline. I've heard really good stuff about these, so I'm going to go ahead and install these. Next up we have the ball joints. Now these ball joints are from Concept Z, and the reason why I chose these over just the regular AutoZone one is because of the polyurethane boot that it has. Now if you guys are familiar with G35s, the G35s are commonly known for having ball joints that prematurely wear out. Going with a polyurethane boot would just make it last a little longer. AutoZone stopped carrying the actual ball joint press kit that they had. Everybody used it and they stopped using them because they got recalled. So now the best thing is to go to Harbor Freight and buy one of these.
Alright, it's your boy Skinny Penis back at it again with another dick in your butt.
We need to take off this 17 for the strut. We need to take off this 17 as well. I believe this might be a 17. Then that one is a 19 for the lower control arm. We're just going to take off the whole arm so that way we can replace the bushing. We got the control arm out, so what we're going to do is take off this bushing. But before we do that, we're going to take off the ball joint, which is right here. Alright guys, so it has been a couple hours since that last clip that you guys saw. So we ended up going to Harbor Freight again and buying a different kit. This kit is exactly what you need to press out the bushing and also to remove the ball joint. And if you have a C-clamp, you can go ahead and skip buying the first kit that we showed you and just buy the second one, and then you can press out the ball joint and press out the bushing. So now this is the actual kit, the second kit. The first kit was this one. The reason why I went with this one first was because it did have the C-clamp, but this is the kit that actually has everything. So we're gonna end up using this one right here, this adapter, to take off the bushing, press it out. You could probably go ahead online and find the exact adapter and skip buying this whole thing, which was like 70 bucks. So now we went ahead and did the other side that you guys originally saw, and now we're on the driver's side. This is exactly what we did, and it worked pretty good. To press out the bushing, this is the exact dimensions that you need. Or if you don't have this and you have a 27 millimeter, they are both the exact diameter, this and a 27 millimeter socket. So if you don't have one, you can use the other. To press out the ball joint, this is the only adapter that you'll really need. And here are the dimensions. This is gonna work flawlessly. I used it, super easy, and especially if you have an impact. So we took off the bushing now, and I wanted to show you guys how it looks like. As you can see, it's like torn everywhere. We didn't even need to press this part out. We just took it off with our hand. And yeah, there's like nothing holding the bushing into it. So what we're gonna use to press in the new bushing is a 36 impact socket. This one fits perfectly inside of the Whiteline bushing. So we're gonna go ahead and use this. And honestly, we just hammered it in and it pressed in perfect. So that's what we're going to be doing with this one. So after hitting it for about like 10 minutes, we finally got it seated. It came out really good. And yeah, we just used a 36 millimeter. It goes perfectly over the Whiteline bushings. Sir Thomas needs a new socket. Yes. This is a 36 after we're done. It is destroyed, but since it is a Matco,
hopefully they warranty it.
If you guys don't have a press or anything, if you can find a 36, go to Harbor Freight or whatever and get yourself a 36, and that should help you install the bushing. Perfectly pressed in. We ended up installing the ball joint, put the controller on. We have the bushing in, we have the ball joint. The snap ring is very important. Don't forget that. To torque the ball joint, this one's gonna be 70 foot-pounds. To torque the strut, this one's 57 foot-pounds. Sway bar end link, this one's 65 pounds. Torque down the bushing, the control arm bushing, that one is going to be 96 foot-pounds. So this one's the one that takes the most. These are the proper OEM specs, so make sure you torque them down. Make sure the suspension is loaded, so we're gonna go ahead and use a jack right now. Jack up on the control arm so that it has some load on it, and that's how you can torque it. Holy shit. Dude, you heard that shit? That'll be all for this video. Thomas is... What are you doing?
I don't know. I just work here.
Anyways, guys, that'll be all for this video. This install, you have to have a lot of patience. I recommend you setting double the amount of what you think you're gonna accomplish this task. Other than that, patience and trying your hardest to not lose it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Kind of guy or Red Bull? Red Bull. Actually, I'd be down to put Red Bull. Really? You should put like Bang Energy.
Oh, that was sick.